My name is Suhairi and my partner
Ani.
Now we are in the Museum Indonesia. Let's go. My name is Harus Henry, manager of the museum. Can I help you?
This is my first time going to this museum. I went to go around and I want to know the history of this museum. Can you help me share?
Yes, of course. I know this place very well. Okay, let's go. This museum of Indonesia was founded by a beauty actress.
The history of Kite Museum. The Kite Museum, located on Jalan Kamu number 38, Pondok Labu, Cilandak, South Jakarta. The Kite Museum has been founded by a beauty expert. Her name is Mrs. Endang W. Posponi. The Kite Museum was founded March 21, 2003 until now. Before it became a museum, the building now used for the museum was a home industry that produced kites that was widely exported overseas.
What's the story of the kites?
The history of kites. Kite was discovered in the 5th century BC by Greek scientists from Asia, but especially Korea and China, Japan and Malay. We're familiar with kites far from before then. There are other allegations of kites originating from China 3,000 years ago during the reign of the Han Dynasty in 200 BC to 200 BC. The Chinese military attached pieces of bamboo sticks to their kites when the kite drifts across the enemy forces of the wind. Breaking through the bamboo cavity makes a whistling sound as a means of scaring the enemy, because the sound of kites like their roar was enough to make panic and the silence of latitude escape from their enemies. Kites also spread to other Asian regions. To New Zealand. The shape of kites in Europe began to develop in the Middle Ages from 1100 to 1500. One that was developed with a Penji night like a new 1500 to 500 parallelogram catcher bag, which later became popular in Europe according to Kites, was basically grouped into the 5 oldest types. This type of parallelogram requires a tail in the direction of flight so that when flying it becomes stable, and permeable in the direction of flying so that when flying becomes stable. If at This time maybe like Calgary stretching. The faster the wind has to have the tail length. The minimum tail length is at least 7x diagonal. Whereas the curvature of the kite was deliberately created to create an angle to the direction of the wind so that the kite flew stably without the help of a tail. This curved kite was Pandacon in 1891 by William Eddy from America. Three-dimensional box-shaped kite was invented by Lauren Agra from Australia in 1893, but to fly this kite requires a fairly strong and stable wind, again with the Delta kite produced by Raji's M. Raviago from the United States in 1941, which can be flown with a gentle breeze. Ancestors of this kite flying device in the form of two triangular surfaces with which meet on one side with an angle on the line of this meeting on the Syrian word calling next to the bottom of the line. This balanced fins and buds function as flexible kites found by Joget Domination from the United States in 1963. This type is indeed without a framework for each part to be joined, sewn or glue until the shape can float, one of which uses fabric parafoil and parachute cloth. In the UK, kite can only be flown as high as 60 meters, at least 5 kilometers outside the airport area. Beyond that distance can violate the rules. Since 1749, kites have been used in scientific research as well. At that time, Alexander Wilson (1714 to 1786) and Thomas (1726 to 1753). They installed a thermometer on the kite to measure the surface of the Earth. In 1752, the statesmen and scientists of the United States succeeded in proving his theory that lightning was electrically charged, and they used kites for lightning research. Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, once designed a kite to be developed into a developer plane. The practical uses of the kite are quite numerous. Including in 1847, the kite helped stretch the wire across the Niagara River between the United States and Canada to build the first suspension bridge. Whereas in 1800 to 1900, the meteorological body utilized a box kite equipped with a weather gauge for military power during the Second World War. However, over time in the development of the age, the role of the kite has been replaced by balloons and airplanes. And now, kites are just for fun.
Seluruh kota merupakan tempat bermain hati, suasananya kalau begini mudah di sini berusaha menjaga bahagia.
Muka gue terlalu ganteng untuk kesakitan.